Alright, it's reboot time. Starting over. This is part 2. Marathon Friday. Let's get with it. And it's Marathon Friday. This is Mitch coming to you live from the Lamppost Coffee Shop in Austin, Texas. Yeehaw! This is some bluegrass music that I came up with on Suno, created by our friend Artificial Intelligence on Suno. I put in a prompt for some classic bluegrass, southern style. This is what it came up with. I feel like I'm back in my radio days, spinning music. How's everybody doing today? Me, I'm having a terrible day. I got off to a really slow banger of a start. In fact, the first 30 minutes of today's show, I'm going to edit out. I'm just going to cut it and start over. That's how bad it is. What do you think about that? Does anybody care? Nope, I don't. Because it's Marathon Friday, so we don't care what goes on. We don't care what happens. We're just here hanging out. Everybody's doing okay. This is the Lamppost Coffee Shop. And it's 10:36 on a Friday morning. Everyone doing their own thing. Preparing for the weekend. Kind of busy. Good crowd in here. Well, it is a Friday, so I'm not surprised. Well, what are we going to do today? Well, one thing I really want to do right now is watch a video. I came across a content creator and where'd it go? Her name is Sarah Foss, and she's from the Austin area, although originally she's from the Northeast. I can't remember where. Let me see if I can find her. Sarah Foss Van Life. I came across her yesterday, and she is terrific. And she posted a video. She and her dog live in a van, travel. It's a really nice van. Give her that. But this is her channel. And she's got a lot of things going for her. First of all, she's an athlete. She played hockey as a child, grew up playing hockey, and ended up going to college on a hockey scholarship. And when you see her, you do not think of hockey player. She's absolutely beautiful. She's trim. She's in tip-top shape. But she doesn't look like a hockey player. Maybe women hockey players look like that, but I think she was a goalie, perhaps, and went to a complete had a complete Division I scholarship playing hockey. Then she got out of hockey and eventually found her way into grabbing her puppy dog, whose name is Koa, K-O-A, and she and Koa now travel in a van across America and post videos on YouTube, and she's terrific. So what we're gonna do is look at Sarah Foss right up front this morning. A fellow Austinite, a transplanted Texan. Let's look at her thumbnails. Thumbnails are all pretty much the same. She does shorts. Now, she started out, I think, on Instagram and got a really big following on Instagram, and then moved over to YouTube about a year and a half ago, maybe, or a year ago. And so her Instagram followers moved over with her, and she's already got 68,000 subscribers. So she's really doing well, but she's got a lot of things going for her. She's beautiful. She's excellent on camera. She's got a great personality. She's got a terrific presence on camera. She's a lot of fun. And she's got a terrific dog. Koa is a big part of her video life. Just a wonderful dog. You can't go wrong with having a wonderful dog, especially if you're doing this kind of channel. So this is Sarah Voss, and what we're going to do is I want to look at this video she made about her dog. This is introducing Koa to her viewers. It's all about Koa.
Is not sponsored whatsoever. The coolest part is that most of the things that you see in this video are things that I've used for many years. I want to be able to extend that to you in case any of them are helpful. Lastly, before we get going here, I did just start a Patreon. There is only one tier on there, and it is called the Koa Club. It's $5 a month. It is just general support plus ad-free videos. I don't have the capability right now to do anything more than that. If you've been here, you know I'm only 6 months into this, and I'm a one-man show learning everything from the ground up right now. So I don't physically have the time to do any extra content at the moment, but I will do some more tiers as I'm able to streamline this and be able to get more content out. But for now, it is just general support. We appreciate that so much. That will really help us. Again, no pressure. I just wanted to share with you that that is an awesome way to support us right now if you feel inclined. Hey, bud.
Okay, so what do we think so far? Let's think about her screen presence. And she said she's only been doing this 6 months. And according to an earlier video that I watched, she said she has never done any camera work or anything on camera before this. This is all new to her, but she's a natural, evidently. Gotta hand it to her. She's just terrific. So what do you think? Give me some feedback here. Get into chat and let me know what you think as we go along with her and Koa. Isn't that a terrific puppy dog? And she's not afraid here at the beginning to ask for help with her Patreon page or for selling products. She's upfront and honest about everything she does. She's going to do what I would call a soft sell. She's going to show products and offer things that she has an affiliate with. She's got some companies that she has an affiliate relationship with that she'll try to advertise some of these products, but it's not in a way that is pushy at all. It's more of a really soft sell, and it's a way she sees it as a way of her viewers being able to support her in her journey. If you want to help her along the way, it's one way that she's earning income to help her with her expenses as she's living in this van. She went over her expenses in another video. She purchased the van on loan, and she's paying, she said, $1,000 a month is her car payment. And by the time she adds up her other expenses, insurance and other expenses, car payment for the van, she's got about $3,000 a month in expenses. And so that's the way she's trying to pay for her livelihood, is through sponsorships, and she knows that she's going to have some brand deals along the way. That's how you start making really good income, steady income, is with brand deals and with affiliates. And Google Ads is primarily her main source of income right now, off of Google Ads, and she's with 68,000 subscribers. She's making some fairly decent money from Google Ads, and so by the time you add all of that together, I'm sure she's doing very well. And for someone who's been doing it for less than a year, she's one of these who are going to be able to look back and say, well, I did this really quick. She really succeeded quickly. And so what we want to do as we watch this video is try to figure out what she's doing right. And I think, first of all, up front, we can see she's really authentic and she's honest. She comes across as being terribly honest and open about everything, and authentic. And so let's see how she does here.
Do you want to show everybody what a big goofball you are? You do, Bud? All right, without further ado, we're gonna let the star of the show take the stage. My little love here is 6 years old. I got him when he was a tiny little puppy, and his breed is called a Vizsla. What are you doing in there, Bud?
Vizsla.
You cozy?
Never heard of that breed before, a Vizsla.
The very first thing that needs to be done every single day is I make the bed while Koa hangs out in his little cozy cave on the floor. This is where he sleeps. But during the day, he likes to hang out on my bed. So I put this blanket down so that he doesn't get my bed all dirty. And honestly, that is an absolute lifesaver and pro tip if you live in a van. And he just waits until he can hop up and have some one-on-one time. Come on up. Hi. Good morning. Did you sleep good?
Koa loves his ears rubbed. Do you love your ear rubs? Oh, Bud. This is what we do every morning. It's like, who are you talking to?
Listen to the music as well. She's got some really nice music. Okay, for this shot, now look at the shot from the inside to the outside. This had to be planned. It's not something that happens by accident. She's got the camera set up in the van, showing them, showing them sticking out of the window. And immediately it cuts to them on the outside. So she's had to have the camera set up on the outside. Now it could be she's got two cameras. That would be the easy way to do it. You set up the camera inside the van shooting out the window, and then you have the other camera already set up outside shooting toward the open window, and then all that you've got to do is the action and bring in the editing later. So what a terrific shot.
You have to see this. There's Mount Hood right there.
And again, we have another perspective. Now she's got the camera set up at the other end of the van and showing her getting off of the bed. She's telling a story here. She's showing us the movements, almost like a well thought out scene in a movie or a TV show. She's got the camera angles all figured out in her head ahead of time, and then the editing brings it all together. It takes some planning, takes some thought. I mean, just little shots like that. The shot of her coming down the van, walking toward us down the van, and then just a real quick shot of her picking up the blanket. Here she comes, walking down the shot, then she's going to cut, bending over, she's going to cut, picking up the blanket, and then we return, and she's going back. Another cut, another shot showing. And then she's got a camera set up outside showing her coming off the van.
What are you doing? Go potty, bud.
Now it looks like it's a lot of camera movements, but once you get used to setting up the cameras and thinking about these different shots, it becomes easier. Now, I don't know if she has a running list. That's a good idea, is to have a shot list in your mind. You know the scene that you're filming. Just write down a list of the shots you need. Write down a list of the angles. And then just work your list. Check it off as you go.
Get all the sniffs. You already found a stick? That's a good one. Leave it. Get your face.
Oh, good
Go,
puppy
come.
dog.
Sit. Lie down. Sit. Right. Good boy. He will do anything for a stick. Since we're gonna go on a big hike this morning, I'm just gonna let him get the potties and the zoomies out, and then we're gonna get going. And I will show you all about his training on the hike, because that will be the easiest way to explain it for sure. Training tip number one, before we really get into it, find something that they will literally do anything for. And for Koa, that's a stick. Lie down. Sit. Guard. Good boy. Koa, come. Hey, sit. Your ears. I'm not even telling him to do anything. He just, you're so cute. Here. Okay, I'm gonna let him play while I get his breakfast ready. He knows I'm making his breakfast. Another thing he does is literally just sits here and listens and watches the birds. I'm sure you can hear them. Where are the birds? Go get the birds. Did you get the birds? What are you listening for?
Okay, well, perhaps we need to talk about the length of the video and trying to keep the viewer engaged. I mean, I love all of this stuff dealing with the dog, but we're 7 minutes into the video and it's a 36-minute video. So I'm thinking, okay, so far so good, but we've still got another 30 minutes. And that's a big ask. To ask a viewer to stick around for another 30 minutes. So I'm wondering if she needs to move things along. What do you think? Things seem to be dragging just a little bit, getting a little bit boring. So there's this idea that sometimes you can give the viewer too much, and You want them begging for more. You don't want to give them so much that that they start getting a little antsy. So I'm going to move this forward a little bit. I hate to, because I'm sure what she's got is good stuff. Looks like she's got some product placement coming up here. Let's see how she does an ad.
Out to this company, We Feed Raw, to see if they wanted to work with us, because this is the food that I landed on. This was handpicked by me. How am I carrying around raw food in a van? I installed a freezer in the garage. Like, that is how important this is to me. 30 patties fit in that freezer, and then that's why I have the freeze dried. The rest of his calories come from the freeze dried. So he gets a mix of these two every day. So the patties look like this, and he eats all different proteins. This one is venison. He likes venison, beef, lamb, and turkey. Will not touch chicken or duck. I don't know why. Your first box comes with this defrosting container. So I just take one of these out of the freezer at night and I put it in here. He eats half in the morning and half at night. So honestly, it's really not that hard. And then he eats 1 scoop of this in the morning and 1 scoop at night. Did this take some effort? Absolutely. But to see him so happy about eating just melts my heart. And I can never go back.
Okay, so she's doing a product placement here, an ad. She's got somebody sponsoring her dog food, which is, that's a good idea. Try to get as much of your stuff paid for as possible.
Their life-saving packs and other medical equipment. This is called the Sidekick, and then my medic also has a pet-specific pack, so it's called Pet Medic, and I broke that down and put it into here. So his Pet Medic and my Sidekick are together in this pack, and it has everything that we both could ever need if something went wrong on the trail. These medical scissors are what I have used the most for him. If he gets a cactus in his paw, for some reason the way that these are shaped, I'm able to just kind of pull it out without having to touch it, because then it just gets stuck in me. The other thing I have in here for him is a backpack. If something goes wrong where he cannot walk, I am able to put him on my back. This is a way to carry him off the trail rather than trying to just hold him in front of me, which can be a disaster, I'm sure. I have 3 liters of water in this Camelback, and we share that, and then here's a collapsible water bowl for him, and then I have a Garmin InReach Mini. So this is a satellite phone. In case I don't have service and something goes wrong, I can get in touch with emergency services. Something you should know about Koa that is not shown in my videos very much, he whines a lot. It's just that I have to cut it out. But you can hear him right now. When he wants to go somewhere, he's gonna whine. So if you ever meet Koa in real life, just know that he will probably be whining. His incessant whining is just something I have not been able to get a hold of, and that's my fault. I need to put much more time into training that out of him, but we're not perfect over here. Koa has a huge whining problem. Are you ready?
Okay, we're going to move along here. Let's see, now we're up about, let's go to about 19 minutes in. We're 19 minutes in.
Consequences. That's all. So long story short, I put the e-collar on him and just used the vibrate button, and everything was solved in one training session because he had such a good foundation. He knew exactly what I was asking of him. He just needed to be reminded to listen. Now, I do not condone putting an e-collar on a dog that doesn't have a really, really, really good foundation of training, because you're going to scare them, confuse them, or both. Seriously, it is not a good idea. So he is in a downstay right now. So we trained really, really hard, obviously, and then we use it as a tool just for hiking when he's really distracted. But as you saw this morning, we were at the campsite. He was listening perfectly, no collar on whatsoever. I really, truly want to encourage you to sign up for that program if you're having any sort of training issues with your dog or you're getting a puppy. Koa is a pretty good example of how well that training really works. So I have...
Okay, just another word here, and it's something we talked about. We've talked about before, and it's about trying to condense your content into a workable package and keeping it tight. And I'm starting to feel like this video has really got too much packed into it. And if I ever meet Sarah, or if I could ask her about this particular video, I would say, well, why don't you make a separate video just on training Koa? Just make that one video just about dog training. Maybe she's done one, I don't know. And then you could have a separate video about, you know, just hanging out with Koa, the life of the dog, just living with Koa. And again, I think what we've got here is a day in the life is giving us so much content and is dragging this thing out that watching a 36-minute video is a big ask, unless there's some something going on that's going to keep us interested, that's going to keep us tied to the set. And I'm not real sure. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just my opinion, but I think what we're getting into here is a little bit just too much content being crammed into the video. I'm not sure a day in the life videos are the way to go anyway. I don't know. People's attention spans are so much shorter these days. Oops, sorry.
All right, we're gonna walk back. Oh, we're really starting to get some leaves changing. So, fun fact, I actually tried to film this video last week, and I had Koa's treat pouch and I was showing you some of his treat training, and a bee went in the treat pouch, didn't see it, stuck my hand in there, got stung. It was a yellow jacket, which I had never been stung by in my adult life. Didn't really think anything of it. And that night at midnight, my hand blew up. Like, it was so bad. But I still was like, okay, that might be normal. I don't know. I don't have any other allergies, so I've never taken like Benadryl or Zyrtec or really anything like that. But I had Benadryl in my med pack, took a bunch of that, did absolutely nothing. The next day, tried like Zyrtec and whatever else, antihistamines, absolutely nothing. It just got worse and worse and worse, to the point where like it was just swelling.
Look at that swollen hand,
like almost to my elbow.
Yuck.
And it was not going down. Nothing was helping. And then my throat and my tongue started to feel weird in the middle of the night, and my leg was tingling. It was this whole thing. And so anyway, I found out that I was allergic to bees, and I wound up having to take prednisone, which is a pretty strong steroid, and that took care of it over the course of about 24 hours. But yeah, it was not good. So I'm allergic to bees. Anyway, that was not fun, but we got through it, and we're gonna get an EpiPen ASAP. Most of this trail has been shaded, but we just got a nice clearing. You can see the river down there. Oh, good one, bud. Just let me in, Mom. Up there, boy. Is that fun? It was? Koa's treat bag that we didn't use. Here, do you want just one for being cute? Here.
Okay, I'm gonna move this thing along. A lot of this could have been edited out, I think, and made a much tighter video, because we're getting a little on the long side here. We're at 30 minutes, and we still have 6 more minutes to go.
Oh, I guess that is a tomorrow problem. Okay, I think this is the entrance, possibly. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Look at that. And look at the mountain right there. The only thing that's not awesome about this spot is that there's bees everywhere, but there's bees everywhere I go right now. I know the glare is really bad right now, but It's a pretty awesome view of Mount Hood. Hi, what are you doing? You just wagging? You're so cute. What do you want to do? Do you want to show everybody some tricks? Do you want to show them your tricks since this video is all about you? All right, we'll show them some tricks. Okay, let's see if I can show you a little bit of this before the bees come in. Hey, come here. Sit. Good boy. So a lot of the positioning was all done with luring. And what that means is he wants this treat, right? So I can kind of get him to do whatever I want him to do by luring his nose. Oh boy. Here's all the bees. Okay, we're going to try this again. Sit. Up. So all of this was done with luring. So say I want him to go behind here, right? And through my legs, which he actually doesn't know that one, but I could literally probably teach it to him right now, right? I pay him meaning reward him right there because he's already starting to do what I want him to do. So I'll bring him back here. Good boy. Okay. Good boy. And then see if I can link up. Good job. See, I just linked up with a treat in the other hand. So he doesn't even know that, but I just lured it. He doesn't have a command for that. But if I wanted that to be a command, like around or something like that, I could teach him by just luring his nose. Good boy. And then eventually I can pair a command with it, if that makes sense. Let's see if we can teach him around, literally right now. Around. See, he wants to go to the right because he just doesn't know the other one. Let's see if we can get him to get this. Hey, around. Good boy. Around. Good boy. If we did this for 15 minutes, he probably would have this command down.
All right. Well, what do you think of Sarah? She's got all the makings of being a star. No question. I just wish she would tighten up her videos a little bit. That 36 minutes could have been trimmed down to probably 20 minutes, 18 to 20 minutes, and could have been a lot tighter. But other than that, because it did start to drag a little bit too much in there. But she did have 40,000 views, so who am I to say? Maybe she'd have had 100,000 views if she could have edited that a little tighter. But anyway, it's wonderful. She's terrific. Well, let's see. So what's everybody doing? I don't see anybody in the chat. Somebody needs to stop by and say hello. Give me something to talk about. Because we're going to shut this thing down here in a few minutes. It is Friday after all. And I kind of lost my mojo that first 30 minutes, which I'm going to edit out. So if you're watching this video a year from now, the first 30 minutes won't be there. That first 30 minutes was horrible. My iPad went out. Some audio went out. I was kind of loopy. I'm still kind of loopy. So there's that. Well, so what else is going on here? Why don't we have a couple of questions just to spice some things up? Let's see here. How can I make my live streams more engaging? Boy, that's what I need to know. Somebody answer this for me. I tell you, how can I make my live streams more engaging? Well, for one thing, I want to show you my new t-shirt. I am the niche. That's what I preach. I preach that I am the niche and you are the niche. The thing that's going to make you stand out from other people. And the thing that makes Sarah so wonderful is that she is unique. She has a unique story. And you and I are unique. So I am the niche. Where was I? How can I make my live streams more engaging? Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do what I always do when I don't know the answer, which is like every day. I'm going to go to chat, and I'm going to see what Mr. GPT says. How can I make my live streams more engaging? Simple, practical, and they work. Make it feel like a room, not a broadcast. Talk to the chat early, say names, react to comments. People stick around when they feel seen. All right, so we want to make it feel like a room, not a broadcast. Give every stream a tiny mission. Doesn't have to be big. Today we're talking about thumbnails. Let's fix one creator mistake. Road to 1,000 updates. A mission gives the answer. Mission gives the viewer reason to stay. Visual momentum. Switch scenes occasionally. Bring up a screen. Show your progress graphic. Show a name. Movement keeps people from zoning out. Ask the chat something every 5 to 7 minutes. Things like, what's your current sub count? What's the hardest part of YouTube for you right now? Etc. Tell short stories. Anecdotes. Beat lectures every time. 1-minute stories about trolls, gear mistakes, burnout, views dropping, anything real. Well, as you can tell today, I've been nothing but one big screw up, so I'm still trying to get my act together, and I've been doing this now since 10 o'clock this morning, and it's 11:15, an hour and 15 minutes. I'm still trying to get my act together. Have a reliable rhythm. People love patterns. Intro, topic, Q&A, progress check, outro. Doesn't have to be rigid, just familiar. Bring energy in waves. You don't have to be hyped constantly, but every 10 minutes, lift your tone a bit, then relax again. Feels natural. Well, this particular tip here, I feel like I'm a little bit limited in what I can do in terms of energy because I'm in a public location. I'm in a coffee shop. So I try to keep my voice down to a normal level, if not lower, because I don't want to disturb the people around me. So I feel like I'm somewhat limited in what I can do in terms of the energy. I can't get up and start jumping around. I can't raise my voice too loudly. I can't get too excited. I certainly can't start laughing out loud, real loud or something if I see something really funny. That would be annoying. Give viewers something to do. Polls, voting on titles, reacting to thumbnails, etc. Well, that's pretty good advice. It's pretty good stuff. I like that. I'll have to go back and take a look at that again in terms of what we can do to make our live streams more engaging. When we screw up, we can admit it. We can show it. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll leave that first 30 minutes in and not cut it out. Maybe that's the ticket. Well, let's see. Is it worth paying for YouTube ads to promote my channel? Well, the idea is to make money, not spend it. I'm not going to spend another dime, any more money than necessary, until I get my, like Sarah, I get my 68,000 subscribers, then I'll start thinking about spending money. That's the way I look at it. What do you think? Let me know. Jump in the chat and let me know what you think. Because, in fact, we may just go down to chat and ask them. What about YouTube ads? Should I? Well, I'm gonna just start a new chat. Should I spend money on YouTube ads? How effective are they? When should I consider paying for ads to promote my channel? Let's see what Mr. GPT says. Should you spend money on YouTube ads? Most creators shouldn't. That goes with my instinct. I'm not spending any money on ads, at least early on. Ads don't build, right here, ads don't build a real audience. And we're after a real audience. We're after loyal fans. We're after people who are wanting to go along for the ride with us. We're not after a fake audience bought for by an ad. They get you views, but not people who care. So, do you want to pay for views, or do you want to try to enlist people who care and will become loyal followers? How effective are they? They're effective at getting eyeballs, boosting a specific video, or sending traffic to something you're selling. They're not effective if you're wanting to grow a real community, or you're getting subscribers or you want subscribers who stick, loyal fans, improving your organic performance, building trust. I want to build my channels organically, which means not spending money on ads. I learned this when I was self-publishing books on KDP and Amazon. There was a time where I spent money on ads, and when I was, my number of sales went up, but the profit I was making was spent on ads. And so it all turned out the same. And so I turned off the ads on my sales of my books, and the sales went down, but my profit stayed the same. So I guess if I was a big bookseller and I was selling thousands of copies a month, then maybe purchasing ads would have been better. But my experience on KDP was to not spend money on ads, and I have a feeling it's the same way here on YouTube. You don't want to spend ads unless you're trying to sell a product, or you're at a certain point where you can afford it and it makes sense. But for the most part, for most of us, it's not going to make sense, because we're wanting to grow an audience made up of loyal fans. And if we have loyal fans who are engaged, then when we get us a brand deal, it'll become more of a natural thing rather than something we're trying to push. We want to build trust with our viewers. Why you should consider paying for ads? Only in a few situations. You already know your audience, and you want to target them sharply. You're promoting something that makes you money, merchandise or a course or a book. You're trying to spark momentum on a specific storytelling video or trailer. You're not relying on ads for organic growth. Good time to not use ads when you're under 1,000 subs, when you're still finding your voice, when you've built retention thumbnails and topics, that naturally, when you haven't built retention thumbnails and topics, that naturally stick. The better investment, put your money into a good thumbnail designer if needed, better audio, better lighting, tools that make make creating faster, and hiring an editor for shorts. And I checked out Opus Clips, and Opus Clips cost about $174 a year to automatically go through your video and bring out clips, shorts, and automatically create some shorts. You can upload a 20-minute video and they'll provide you 10 or 15 shorts already made up for you, which is great, but I don't know if I want to spend $174 a year right now. So when you're first starting out, when you're trying to build a channel from scratch, I don't think spending money is necessarily the way to go. So let's see, what other question we got here? What should I focus on if I can only improve one thing right now? Well, I think my attention is always focused on the thumbnail, title, and the intro of the video. That's where I would put my time and effort. Thumbnail, title, and the intro to the video. The first 10-20 seconds of the video. So that's what I would focus on. If you can only improve one thing right now, it would be thumbnails. Study thumbnails backwards, forwards, and upside down. Really do a deep dive on thumbnails on YouTube and watch the voluminous amount of information that's out there about designing good thumbnails, and become an expert in designing thumbnails. And that's where I would put the effort, the focus. Because the thumbnail gets people to click. And if people don't click, then content is worthless. It doesn't matter. So, thumbnails, thumbnails, thumbnails. That's where I would spend my time. What's a good way to grow a small community around my channel? Well, the first thing that comes to mind, the main thing that I do is I always reply to the comments on my videos. If someone makes a comment, I will respond. Even if it's a short, I get a lot of comments on my shorts, and I will try my best to reply to all of those comments. And I will also get involved in commenting on other YouTube creators' videos. When I watch a video, for example, the one we just saw about Sarah, I would go into Sarah's comments, and I would, write something. I would make a comment on her video. And that's something else you can do, is try to comment on every video you watch on YouTube. Go into the comment section and make a comment. And then stroll through the other comments of that video and reply to those comments. And sort of get engaged in the comments of videos in general. And that will help. Number one, it will help promote your own channel, because they'll see your channel name and your logo, and so they'll perhaps, some of them perhaps will click on that and check you out. And it's all about being part of the overall community. So why don't we just do that? Why don't I just go to Sarah's? We'll go to that video we just watched about Koa. Right here. Where is it? Van life with a dog. This is the video we just watched.
Welcome back to those of you who have been hanging out with us. If you're new here, my name is Sarah.
Now I'm going to go into comments down here. And I'm gonna see if I can blow this up so you can see it better. I'm gonna go into comments, and I'm gonna write a comment. I'm gonna say something like wonderful video! Exclamation point. Love Koa. K-O. Love Koa. What a great puppy dog. Congratulations. Congrats on your success. For a new content creator, you are doing really well. Keep up the great work. Let's see, what did I say? Keep up the great work. I'll be watching you. I'm from Austin. Too. We Texans need to stick together. Exclamation point. All right. Now, I made a comment, and you'll see that my channel name and my little logo, all that shows up, and somebody may click on that. Something else you can do is you can go down to other comments, and if you see one that's interest to you, you can make a comment there. Jake said, "You were such a breath of fresh air. If you were my daughter, I would be so proud of you. As for your puppy, talk about winning the Powerball. Keep up the great videos. Safe travels. A dog's life literally can't get better." Koa is the cutest. What a love. Heart melts. Good luck. Good luck. And you notice that she is replying here to these comments. She replied to this one. She replied to this one. She's not replying to them all, but Lordy, she's got 475 comments, but still, even with 475 comments, you can go through and comment. You can reply to a bunch of them. She seems to be getting really selective. She's not commenting on all of them, just a few. Don't forget to make ice cubes. What a special video. The relationship you have is amazing and one of the biggest reasons I keep coming back. You are a rock star dog owner. Training programs are great, but you have to put in the work. My dog was the best dog of my life. People do love their puppy dogs. The point is, you can get engaged with this audience here, these viewers, by going in and commenting with them as well. And maybe at some point they will respond and give a look-see to your channel. So that's a long way of going about saying that you can build a community around your channel by being a part of a community of other channels. It's a good way to do it. Another good way to perhaps build that small community is to offer some freebies. Sarah just started a Patreon page, and that's one way of building community, allowing people to join your Patreon page for $5 a month, and then you offer them all kinds of stuff as a thank you for that $5 a month commitment. So there's all kinds of things that one can do to build community, and that's what we're here to do. At least that's my take. What I want to do is build community best way I can. All right, anything else? Well, I think we're gonna quit there. I'm feeling a little hungry. It's time for some lunch, and I will decide later on what I want to do with that first 30 minutes. It was awful, just god awful. That's why I rebooted and just started over. Do I want to leave it in? What do you think? Should I leave it in, or should I edit it out? On one hand, if I edit it out, then anyone who watches this in the future won't have to they'll probably leave. They'll go away during that first 30 minutes. So maybe I can, maybe it'll be better to capture a viewer and keep a viewer interested and keep them going on watching the remainder of the video if I cut out that first 30 minutes. So that's probably what I'll do. And I can't edit. There's a couple of ways I could do it. I could edit today's live stream using Premiere Pro. I could download it and go ahead and edit that out myself and then repost it. Or I could wait for 24 hours and tomorrow come in, tomorrow afternoon, and use the editing tool that is in YouTube Studio. I just can't do it immediately because it takes time for the live stream to be processed before you can use the YouTube editing tool. And I have found that it takes anywhere from 24 to 48 hours for it to be processed. So there's that. Well, let's see. I guess we're done for the day.
Thanks for watching. See you again soon.
Now, see, that's a good sign. That's a good sign that it's time to quit. I'm making all kinds of mistakes today. I'm punching up scenes that don't belong. I'm having technical issues. It's just time to hang it up. So, as I was saying, I think we'll hang it up. Now, next week, we'll be back, same time, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, 10 a.m., live from the Lamppost Coffee Shop, all next week. And hopefully we'll have our act together. But then, when you're dealing with me, you never know. I rarely have my act together.
Thanks for watching. See you again soon.
And when you ba-da-ba-da-ba